Do you like good podcasting, entertaining banter, but hate waiting a long time for it? You don't have that problem here. Welcome back to another week of the Cinestro Core, where you don't have to wait 28 years for good media. Let's get into it.
Cinestro Core, the cast, it's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in, stay tuned in. They got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in, stay
Marker, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Cinestro Core, baby. We're right back here. It's your boy Blacksby. I'm here with Luis, Gerardo, and AZ, and our new live studio audience. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yes. Shout out everyone in the crowd. We're just glad to be back to talk about some cool stuff. But first, what are we talking about, Luis?
Yeah. Sinestro News Corner. We will talk about 20 years later, the Bone Temple, which is what the main conversation of this episode is. But I just have to kind of get something off my chest. There was a trailer before this movie, and I think all of us who saw it in the theater saw the same exact trailer. And I want to say that it broke my little Mexican heart, bro.
It brought shame to the family.
Called, I don't know how it's pronounced. They only show the title. It's Clika. Clika. Gerardo says it's Clika, as in click, but in a Spanglish version of it. This movie looks like dog shit. Mm-hmm. It looks absolutely atrocious. Not only because exactly. That's how I felt. That's how I felt watching the trailer in the movie theater. It's about, here's the tagline. Here's what it says. A small-town musician pushes to carve out a place for himself in the new wave of Mexican-American music after a clip of him performing one of his songs goes viral. But guess what? He's also a drug dealer. And guess what? He comes from a single-family household. And guess what? He's got problems with his mom. It's like, it just looks so... As somebody who's like, we need more Latino stories and we need more Latinos in movies and TV, and we need more representation. This is not what I want. I'm sorry.
The route.
Actually, you know what? Okay. Stop. Actually, don't put us in shit. If this is what you guys are gonna do, stop putting us in movies.
I would prefer you be racist. Is a crazy offer.
That's not. But it's just kind of.
It's like counterpoint.
It's like it's either that or
narrator.
Like
they were gonna be racist anyways.
It's like
that's like saying. No, I don't want Moonlight Maid. I want only Tyler Perry movies.
I know.
I would kill myself.
I'm being hyperbolic.
That's what we're saying. That's all we're getting.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm hyperbolic, but it's like, you're saying like, that's what this is essentially. It's like it's just Latino people suffering. Latino slop. Yeah, it's just Latino. Was it trauma porn? Is all it is.
This ain't Latino. This is like Latinx. This is the fraudulent Latino movie,
and it's so frustrating. It's so annoying. It looks like, and then not even that. It just looks like it's like a Tubi movie. It looks like it's shot like that.
Like a
okay.
BET
So
low budget 34-cent film.
As an absolute degenerate who skips the trailers for some things, just because I don't want to sit through 30 ads. Bro, look, I don't want to sit through 30 ads. All right, I don't need fucking Tom Cruise's ex-wife telling me welcome to the theater. I sat down. I paid $20. I'm fine with it, right?
Shut your whore mouth. That's my president.
No,
that's right.
That's President Cinema. That's President Cinema right there.
It's just because I'm gonna get her name wrong if I try to guess it.
Nicole Kidman.
Oh my god, I did it. Yes, let's go.
Yes.
First time for everything. Let's go. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, this is the proudest moment of my life. But I did not see the trailer for this movie as a result. And I'm looking at this, just the overview of this film. First off, this is one of the worst posters I've ever fucking seen. I could have made this. This is like if I just put impact font over one of my Instagram photos. This is fucking terrible. Secondly, the producers all sound like people who do not exist. Listen to these names: Skeeter Jones, Dave Footman. Like his nickname is Foots. Like that's what they call him, Foots.
This is hard drive.
Like that, and then last but not least, Sean Sullivan McBride. Executive producer is Jimmy Humalot. I've no idea who these people are. I've never heard of any of these people. It's also directed by Michael
These are
Green.
niggas you made
Michael
up,
Green
bro.
did it.
These are created characters.
Look, this is how you
Michael
know it's a
Green's
bad movie.
film is called My Persian Family. What the fuck?
Well, this is
What
how you
is
know it's a
this?
bad movie. Eric Roberts is in it.
Who?
Luis gone muted. They got him.
They got him. They silenced you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
You tried to silence the Latino voice, and now they silenced him. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me? Was I silenced, or am I silent, or was I silenced?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Eric Roberts.
You're good now. You're good now.
And he's in anything, and he's in a bunch of dog shit. And so I don't know. I just have to get that off my chest. This doesn't matter. But it was a slow news week, and Matthew reminded me about of this trailer, and it pissed me off. It looks atrocious. Fuck this movie. I'm gonna watch it because I got to support, but I will not be happy.
As a Latino adjacent individual, as you know, my claim to this. How do I say this? No, never mind. I'm not even gonna go that route. Yeah, my claim to this life. If I had to choose another nationality for me, would be Mexican. So I also want to support the computer. And this trailer hurt me as a Latino adjacent individual, also as a registered cinephile. This trailer hurt me because it looks bad, dude. It doesn't look like we were just talking earlier. We said it looks like a Tubi movie.
Yeah,
like some bullshit ass. Like it's just not good.
I turned to my girlfriend in the middle of it, and I said, "I want better for my people."
Yeah,
we deserve better than this. It's so bad.
I feel I'm not even a Latino, man, and I feel offended by this because I'm looking at the cast, bro. It says Master P in it. Master P, you're a Grammy Award winning producer. What are you doing? You don't have to do this. You don't. You can be at home.
Yeah, man. Y'all know that fat TikTok guy who's funny?
Yeah. Which one? You're gonna have to narrow it down.
There's a few of those. There's a few of those.
The one who wears the hat.
At least three of them.
The Hispanic guy. The Hispanic guy.
Drewski?
No, who wears the hat?
El Drewski?
El Drewski?
That's crazy.
El Drewski.
La Mole?
La Mole. No. Anyways, he's in this, and so that's how I know it's gonna be dog shit. But yeah. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it's gonna be good.
Stay tuned for our review of Clica.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
This year.
All I've seen is the marketing and the description. I haven't even seen the trailer, but with a gun to the back of my family's head, you couldn't get me to watch this shit, bro. I will be sick that day. I will be sick. I'm not doing it.
I'll be there day one, unfortunately.
I'd rather watch the cartoon.
I don't know, bro.
I'm tying the Mexican flag to my shoulders like Superman when I walk in that theater.
Honestly, bro, this is a mollusk film, bro. Absolutely. Super hombre. Oh my god. We gotta cut that. That's not
speaking of super hombre.
Thank you, Luis. You got my segue.
I got you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Go for it. Finish it, Matthew.
Oh, I don't know. Look, AZ's doing the news still.
Okay, AZ, go.
All right. Look, last bit of news that I got is of no importance, but I just found this very funny, and it just makes me chortle a little bit. Okay. Snoop Dogg is set to star in a movie. A horror movie. Speaking of films that feel racist but aren't. But Snoop Dogg is set to star in a horror movie or a horror comedy called Get Out of That House, Bitch. And I want to be honest. Look, I didn't do my journalistic integrity of reading further into the article. I refused to. I just stared there and I realized that the pain Martin Luther King felt and Harriet Tubman and every single black person in the history.
Martin Luther King weekend right now.
Yeah.
Like his birthday just passed. And like I'm finding out about this as a black man in America in the big year of our Lord 2026.
And as a black adjacent man, this really hurts me as well.
He understands, bro. You understand the struggle.
I understand.
Like this is not what I want to see film wise for my people. What the fuck, dude? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. There's only
how we
go from Sinners last year to this shit.
These kinds of movies are the reasons why
we get stereotyped.
It's Uncle Tomery, you know,
Minstrel show.
Minstrel show. It's like these are the reasons why stereotypes keep getting perpetuated. And when people think Uncle Tomas and Uncle Tom, it's the reason why, you know, racist white people think that, you know, like all Latinos are a certain way or all black people are certain ways, because they make bullshit like this, and then they watch it, and this is what gets made and gets seen. It doesn't show us in any sort of nuance or layers or anything other than what they expect, and then some. And so it
makes it harder for us as performers to get roles, because we get put in a box by these movies. You're not able to do Marty Supreme. You should be doing Get
Out the House.
The only way like this film
you should be leading
like genuinely.
No, go ahead and do Medea's 13th family reunion.
I love whenever we have art that's made like by us and for us, and I don't mean to go with the whole what's that Jeffrey Wright movie, Stranger Than Fiction, right? If I'm remembering correctly,
American Fiction. Bro,
American Fiction, right? Where he pretends to be where he pretends to be like a hood or thug or urban type of author in order to get his story published, because everybody wants to hear about black trauma and stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
And as much as I want, you know, art by us, for us, and the whole crux of that movie was you got to present different angles and different things, and sometimes certain things sell, certain things don't, and art is mostly subjective. That's fine, but like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. The Daily Wire could have produced this movie and it would have felt less racist. Why is this movie being made? Who asked for this?
Exclusive.
I don't know, man.
This is some Mac and Devin go to high school bullshit.
No, it's just,
what's that movie with Dave Chappelle where he gets high and he's in high school?
No. How High is good. How High is good. We're not comparing.
Is that what it's called?
How High is good. I think you're talking about How High.
No.
Perhaps.
Well, anyways. Dog shit after
but
dog
anyway, that's
shit.
beside the point. And people, last but not least, the last bit of news, speaking of racist in Star Wars related news, Kathleen Kennedy has been replaced as the has been Star Wars oversight. Basically the same way that James Gunn heads over DC and Kevin Feige heads over Marvel is the way that Kathleen Kennedy headed over Star Wars, and she's been replaced by the one and only Big Dick Filoni. And honestly,
Filoni. Motherfucker looks like he still plays with toys.
Hey man,
Dave Filoni.
I do.
Collecting is one thing.
Like if you guys,
he plays with them. He makes them hate each other.
He makes them
I do that. You ever see me?
His wife does the plane noise when she feeds him his fucking Cheerios in the morning.
You see me with my F1 Legos? I make noise too. I go.
Anyways, yes.
Box.
Kathleen Kennedy's out.
I mean, Dave
Filoni's
in.
Yeah. I mean, Dave Filoni's responsible for making the Star Wars things of varying quality, right? It's not necessarily
they're bad.
No, not all bad.
Let's rephrase that, because it's not.
They're not all
quality.
Bad.
It's that one thing hit really well, and they try to replicate that across different shows, and it doesn't work that way. You cannot use the same Clone Wars format for every fucking show. No. And I like Dave. I enjoy the Clone Wars series. Important part of Star Wars. This is why he got that on. Bald spot. I see it.
Sing the song.
Bald
nigga.
Why you ain't got no hair up there? Boy, you ain't got
Me when I see Charlie off the bone. When I see Charlie Cox.
me when I see Joe Rogan. I want to smack his shit. Like
anyway, yeah, you're right. So keep going. Keep going.
Oh yes, like I enjoyed the Clone Wars. It's the fact that you cannot try and copy paste the same formula on a show like imagine if they try to do Andor like the Clone Wars. I'd throw up right now. Look how perfect that show was. Amazing.
Andor had filler episodes.
literally. It's like, and this is all I'm going to say about it. Is like people were like, I think are rightfully happy that Kathleen Kennedy's out. I think more bad than good came from her tenure at Lucasfilm. It's not all entirely her fault. Some good
Bob Iger's fault.
Some good did come of it.
Bob.
Yes, I understand. But ultimately, it was her tenure. Dave Filoni will not make Star Wars better. I'm telling you that much.
It's gonna plateau.
He's gonna make Star Wars great again.
He's not gonna make it better. If his live action endeavors are
make the galaxy great again.
they're gonna
Oh
be
my
much
God.
worse than whatever the fuck Kathleen was producing and getting made. Because I think Kathleen at the very, she's produced a lot of good movies outside of Lucasfilm. So I think that she has good taste. Dave Filoni, I think, is a grown child whose taste is not refined. Therefore, the shit we're gonna get is not gonna be good. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
More Mando and Grogu movies.
Yeah, 5 more Mando and Grogu movies. 5 more paychecks from my dad, Pedro Pascal, which I'm okay with.
2 Mando, 2 Grogu, Mando and Grogu 3, fucking Alderaan
$4
Drift.
billion to Pedro Pascal. But yeah,
man. Flop, right?
It's gonna flop.
Last bit of news before we jump into our big deal.
Our big one.
Another big deal is going down. Obviously that we've already talked about the acquisition of Warner Brothers by Netflix. Little do we know, baby bitch David Ellison is crying to not just Donald Trump, but to Europe, to European and Middle Eastern players. So there's too many to list, but he's crying to outside influences to try and get this whole Netflix merger to stop. Bro, just hang it up. You lost. You lost. It's over, bro. It's over, go ahead and clock out, bro. Put the fries in the bag.
It's at a certain point where it's beyond pathetic. Like, as much disgusting. As I hate media-based monopolies or monopolies in like any industry of art, at the same time, bro, the house burnt down and you're still pouring buckets of water. It's fucking done. It's fucking done. It's sad. Just move it on, all right? You're Paramount. You have like 30 other IPs to run into the ground. You'll be fucking fine.
It's like that meme of it said a Japanese soldier who fought the war 29 years later after it ended. That's him. He's like, oh, bro, no, please, I'm gonna get Warner Brothers. I'm gonna get Warner Brothers, bro. They've rebranded like 6 times. Just give it up. Give it up.
It's called Netflix Brothers now.
And
it's the Duffers are running.
The Duffer Brothers.
It's called Duffer Brothers.
That's my nightmare. Oh my god.
I would actually harm myself. That's
the
crazy.
Casablanca season.
Oh yeah.
In Wolf.
That whole ChatGPT shit was insane, by the way.
That's crazy.
Anyways, but yeah.
Crazy. Speaking of crazy,
I mean, it's just
like
everybody stopped.
Shut the fuck up. Wait. Yeah, go. Speaking of crazy.
Yeah, speaking of crazy.
That's fine.
Let's talk about it, man. This crazy good movie.
All right. Oof. Now off rip, I say, because this is going to be a very in-depth discussion and definitely the rest of this episode, I say off rip. We give our rating and whether or not somebody should see. I mean, the answer unanimously is yes, so we can just get that out of the way. Just give our ratings off rip. Except for Luis, because he hates Joy, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Shit.
Everybody rate and then say your favorite spoiler from the movie.
Oh yeah. If you're watching right now and you haven't seen 28 years, The Bone Temple, please pause and watch that movie, then come back to this episode because we're about to spoil.
And then if you haven't seen the first one of 28 years later, what the fuck are you doing here?
Go watch that, then go watch our 28 years later review.
I rewatched it earlier today
on Netflix.
Real ball knowledge.
It's a Sony movie.
Sure.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder.
It means also.
And speaking of wonder, I had absolute wonder in my heart and soul when I saw this, and I'd say it's a better improvement. 5 out of 5.
Damn. Fucking 5. Insane. Sorry. Anyways.
Listen,
yeah, that's
look
insane.
At the spoiler.
Insanely real.
Spoiler.
5 stars for me too. I gave it 5 on Letterboxd. I fucking loved it.
Matt, go with the propaganda. Continue the train. My agenda continues.
I'm sitting at a 4.5 for.
I'm gonna do you like
I hate niggas like you, Matt.
No, listen. It's good. It's really good. Matter of fact, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch it one more time before I finalize if it's gonna be 5. I had a great time.
Hope you're
Let's go ahead and get into the discussion.
Wait.
My
rating, bitch.
Negative Nancy's gotta get his words in.
Fuck your rating. Your rating is also 5 stars.
3.5 stars.
Cap. Everybody, boo this man.
You walked into a showing of like M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit or something. Like, there's no way.
Everyone's what were you saying, Gerardo?
I was saying, you were saying, oh, it's mid. That's not a mid rating. That's solid.
That's above average.
Yeah.
3.5 is pretty above average.
Yeah, it is. That's mid.
No, mid means bad.
Average is not
mid. Is
mid.
like
No,
not good. Mid is like
3.
average, not too good.
What's
but
a
not
mid
bad.
rating then?
Like 2.5 to a 3.
2.5. That's right down the middle. And you can't give it a 2.5. You know, in your heart and soul, you will burst into flames right now if you try to do it. Go ahead. I dare you.
Star movie. The first one's a 4.5. This is a 3.5. Major downgrade.
It's a downgrade.
What did I give the 4?
From DaCosta?
Major downgrade. Yes.
Bro hates female black directors.
I love.
Oh God, bro hates black women. Confirmed.
Nope, I love them. Some would say
I love them.
All right. Well, since we all have a very positive and favorable take of it, Luis, you go first. I'm very interested to find out. But first, before you tell us why you hate this masterpiece, what was this movie about? I'm curious.
Tell us. What was
this
it
movie
about?
Zombie.
What was this movie
Zombie.
No, don't call them zombies. The creators are very specific. Do not call them zombies.
Infected.
What are they? It's not zombies.
What's the creators?
They're infected.
I want to call them. They're zombies to me.
All right, but look, this is a sequel to 28 years later, as you can tell. But it is focusing more so on Dr. Kelson instead of Spike. Dr. Kelson finds himself in a shocking new relationship with the consequences that could change the world as he know it, while Spike's encounter with Jimmy Crystal becomes a nightmare he can't escape. Now, a little bit of stats before we go deep into the discussion. This film cost a budget of approximately, God damn it, I just had it fucking pulled up like seconds ago. This is incredible.
Hella bands.
Okay, well, I can't. Well, it was about like 90. It was about 60 to 90 million, I believe.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So it was $63 million for the budget, right? Which I think most of it definitely had to have gone into making those bone pillars because they are still some of the best fucking imagery I've seen put on a screen. I love that. I just love it so much, right? However, it is made less on its opening than the previous film, which makes it a little bit of a drop off. But I mean, that's to be fair, diminishing returns and all that.
I wonder
it
why.
has 16.2 million overseas with 31.2 million worldwide, and was the top film in the UK, grossing 4.6 million. I think it earned every fucking penny of that, and it's going to go and climb onward. Luis doesn't like success, so let's go and ask him. Luis, why do you hate fun?
I don't hate fun. I like the movie. I thought it was fine. It's
okay. What formed your negative view of this compared to the first one?
Okay. Here we go. It felt like a lead in to a sequel as opposed to its own contained story. I thought the filmmaking was a major downgrade from Danny Boyle. I think what Danny Boyle was doing in 28 Years Later was incredible shit. The camera movements every time there was a kill, the zombie, the chase sequences, just the cinematography as a whole, I thought was much better. And I also think just from a writing perspective, a lot of it felt very, and this is a problem with Alex, I understand this has absolutely nothing to do with Nia DaCosta. It just felt really like expository, which Alex does not, is prone to doing in the films that he directs more than anything. But like whenever he was explaining, when he was talking to Samson, who he has no fucking idea whether he understands him or not, right? He's just kind of going off, and he says, as I was reading a message in the chat, he says, he explains the whole thing. He's like, damn it, slipped my mind exactly what I was gonna say. But it's like it's over explained, there's a lot of over exposition, and it's like it like the last 5 minutes of that movie, when the score from the original movie drops and you see Cillian Murphy with his daughter, and you see the infected off in the distance chasing Spike and that other one of the surviving Jimmy.
Kelly.
Yeah, that stuff. I was like, holy shit, we're back. This is 28 years later.
I cared about that less than the whole rest of the movie. You like that?
Yes, I liked. So, and here's the thing. Also, I think there was rarely any infected. There's rarely any kills. There wasn't really any action. It was just. It was just like the beginning part and the part where they skinned the people alive. That shit was cool. That was awesome. I was like, the charity scene. I was like, that. If we would have gotten more of that, then I would have been really really hyped. But it just felt like everything in between that was just like a low. I was just like, what are we doing? Where are we going? It felt like it was a bunch like a connective tissue as opposed to its own wholesale story. I don't know. It was just it left a lot to be desired. I don't know. It was just really disappointing.
Now,
okay,
thank you for that gloomy description. What is actually a phenomenal start to the year, and here's why. Everyone knows that January is dumpuary, full of bullshit like Mercy, what the fuck, Primate, Klika, yes, all types of bullshit coming out this month. But the standout is this thing on, and then followed up by 28 years later.
Crazy.
Here's why. 28 years later, the Bone Temple manages to expand upon something I like to see in dystopian or zombie or whatever type of films. It likes to show you the more negative side of humanity, right? Jack O'Connell. I love this guy. He's so talented. As we know, Sinners, Remick, that shit did a number on me. He came back here, brought that same energy. I loved his performance of Sir Lord Jimmy. Really shows how, like, in the first movie, they're showing this community that's coming together to help each other, protect against the infected. While they're now in this movie, it's a little bit darker tone. This one random ass guy going around.
Do you thought this was darker than the first one?
I think that a guy skinning human beings,
skinning three dudes, and then
one scene. You think made this entire movie darker than the entirety of the first movie?
I wouldn't say.
I didn't say that.
Are you saying the first movie is in 28 years later, or 20?
The first one in this new trilogy.
Okay.
Yes. We're the 28 years movies.
I guess darker tone is not the right term. I mean, like the human condition in this. How do I word that? Like I said, like there's community in the first one that's showing that, oh, we have this group. Yeah, the world is fucked, but we're still trying to make something out of it. While in the second movie, Jimmy's going around like, fuck that. I'm here. I'm an agent of Satan. I'm about to skin these niggas alive. Like, let's fucking go. It's terrible. It's bleak, and he's doing it for own, I don't know, personal gain, whatever you want to call it. So that's just what I'm. The juxtaposition of the two films. But I like the way it was shot. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a cool scene to me whenever they're doing the whole meeting with Satan, old Nick, and the fire goes all the way around and it like pans up and shows a ring of fire. I was like, that's kind of cool. I don't know, man. Otherwise, I didn't have anything really negative to say about the movie.
Now, I will say, at first I thought Luis was going to be horrifically wrong. And then he started talking, and usually I kind of just ignore it. But he did have a few small nitpicks where I was like, I did share those same sentiments. However, everything else around that was still so much fun and so good that I was completely disregarding it, right? Like he was saying, there wasn't a whole lot of like intensity in that action and that grip that you get from the first film in the series, right? And I do understand that, right? But this one, I feel like because we shifted perspectives, that it was much more character focused. I felt was more compelling to me, right? I feel like the work that Ralph Fiennes was doing. Ralph Fiennes was having minimal scenes. Granted, even though it was really focused on him, I felt like he wasn't necessarily the central focal point because it did feel a little bit disconnected, ping-ponging back between his story and a little bit of Spike's and back and forth. And I do think that the whole element of like solving the disease via like psychosis medication is a little bit
ridiculous
because you're telling me in 28 years like nobody thought of that. That seems a little bit odd to me. Right? But also, I feel like you could kind of suspend your disbelief to a degree. Like, okay, yeah, that does seem stupid because that would be very accessible medication. But at the same time, these people kind of just start spewing up bodily fluids and they start biting your neck and trying to eat you alive. So there's not really much time to run tests and figure shit out. I understand that. All right. They kind of were just like, nope, not dealing with it. Put it in the closet. We're just going to put a little barrier around the UK. They can fuck off and figure it out for themselves. Right. So I kind of just went with that. I do think also the imagery in it is very, very stunning. For instance, there are, I can't believe I'm saying this for a 28 film, but like there's multiple dance numbers in this, and they are shot in a very fun way. One that I think particularly near the end where where Rafe Fiennes' character is Dr. Kelson is impersonating the what's his name?
Old Nick.
Old Nick.
Old Nick.
I think is what he's called. Yeah. Old Nick the Devil, you know? And he's impersonating him in order to, I guess, kind of buy time because Jimmy's whole masquerade has fallen apart because he has this very charismatic personality to him that Jack O'Connell displays of like this cult leader, right? This Jim Jones type, this guy who is, even while he speaks, when you hear his delivery and the way that he says things, feels a lot like, Gerardo's going to get this a little bit more. It feels like Caesar from Fallout in the sense that he's taking all of these things that feel like they're very compelling and very cerebral, but he understands them on such a surface level and he's bullshitting it to where he seems like he's bigger than he is, right?
Not only
the way that the
I
Legion
think
pronounces it like Kaiser or whatever.
I think he understands it, but he's just using everything to his advantage.
Because he likes to control. Exactly. Yeah. He's a charlatan. He's a snake oil salesman.
He wants control.
It's not also just about control.
He's
and he's also psychotic.
He's psychotic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which understandably he would be after being a child, seeing your family get eaten. But but there's ways that like he has this forced aristocracy, this forced fucking intellectualism that he tries to argue. Like he tries to make the Teletubbies sound fucking cerebral at one point in the film, and it's so funny.
It was working. It was working
though. But it was working. But that's what I like. I felt like he was a very compelling antagonist. I felt the opening is probably so incredibly strong. Like when they're skinning those people alive in the barn it is absolute madness because there's this tension.
The movie never reaches those highs again.
That is I will say it doesn't. I would say from an action standpoint, right, of a visceral intensity, no. But from like a character standpoint, I feel like it's doing something, and it gives me more bits. Right?
What character standpoint? So what? Besides Samson, what did we learn about anybody?
That Kelsing was a big music guy, and he likes Radiohead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't fault the man. I like Radiohead.
Yeah.
And what else?
And okay,
Sir Lord Jimmy's motivations
and his say it's a character study, and that's why it's so much better than the first one. But I disagree because besides that shoehorned in Samson flashback, which made no fucking sense, which was shoehorned.
Why didn't it make sense?
Huh?
Why didn't it make sense?
Because why do we need to know anything about Samson? Because up until that point, we know absolutely nothing about him except for the fact that he's an infected. So we know that, okay, because of the medication he's getting from Dr. Kelson, it's making him what? Now it's quieting the noise in his brain. And he's now having memories.
Now he's remembering stuff.
Now he's remembering shit.
Why doesn't it make sense?
Because it can't, because it's not emotionally relevant to the rest of the story. Because Samson is this alpha who we've seen as a antagonist in the first movie, and now only just because Dr. Kelson happens to sedate him.
Well,
now he's like, actually,
think about it, right?
That there's something there, and he's actually he's on the cusp of figuring this shit out. And guess what? Wait, maybe it's psychosis medication that actually cures the rage virus. It's like,
okay, it's not necessarily curing it though. It's treating it, right? So what happens is like when he's on the train, right? When Samson's on the train, he's not necessarily cured.
At the end of the movie.
When Samson is on the train, right? He has that flashback, and he also gets this spat in his face.
It is a cool fucking scene.
It is a sick ass scene.
Where he kills all the zombies off screen.
Off screen. He kills like fucking 8.
Like 12 of them on screen.
And then it cuts to the outside of the train, and you just see and you hear him fucking them up, and then it cuts.
And then you see him glistening in blood, and he's shining.
And
that's
also,
he was oiled down.
He
was oiled down in zombie blood.
Look. For me
Zed Goop
personally,
Stains.
right? Whenever he's quote unquote cured or like relieved of enough of the rage virus, where he has his moments of lucidity, right? Where he recalls where he recalls who he is and his humanity, right? That was immediately juxtaposed by Spike trying to run away from the Jimmy group, right? And there's an infected that attacks him. And what does he do? He stabs it to death. And because I know that in the back of their minds, these are still people, I felt for that fucking infected. It made me look at the entirety of this world in an entirely different light, because I'm like, oh my God, these are technically still people. They're just like screaming for help inside. That's horrifying. I felt like that was good. I felt like that struck a chord for me. I sympathized with the monsters. Exactly. They're fighting people. They're basically just fighting themselves, right? Just the same way that the infected think they're fighting monsters.
When the infected kills that
when Samson
guy in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
They think they're fighting.
He's a monster. So
exactly, it's vice versa.
Do I think it's like world altering and like, oh my God, it's so deep? No, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's lazy.
Being
like
it's a good setup.
Them showing the fucking him seeing him as a zombie, and he's actually fighting a zombie. And it's like,
look, it is. Dude, will I say it's ham-fisted and very on the nose?
But let me explain the point. Let me explain why I think it's lazy. Because they show you Samson. If they wouldn't have said anything in the movie, that would have made sense. I would be like, okay, I get it. But they show him seeing the guy he's attacking as a zombie, and then Kelson says, "It's who says it doesn't affect the brain? I wonder what you're seeing." Shut the fuck up, bro. We get it. Yes, we all saw that scene in the movie where he sees him as a fucking zombie. We understand that you're somehow making these fucking connections. What kind of doctor is he? Who fucking knows? He knows everything, though. Apparently, he knows that iodine kills viruses, and that fucking that the rage virus is affecting your brain as well.
He's a doctor in theology. It's like, you fucking funny.
Okay, but
he is a doctor in theology.
So lazy, bro. I thought that was so fucking lazy.
Look,
and being like,
I will say, Luis, I will say, I see your point, right? I see the fact that he sees that the infected see monsters and that they think they're defending themselves, and vice versa, juxtaposed to the humans, right? I feel like it is ham-fisted because it's like, oh, who's the real monster? I see you as a monster, but do you see me as a monster?
Exactly,
I think it is a little bit too on the nose. It's a little bit too, what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad or the real friends we made along the way type shit? Like, it seems not like very generic.
All,
no,
generic,
no, not to that level, but it feels very on the nose. Right? I will agree with Luis to that. However, I still overall enjoy much more of the movie. I will say more than anything, right? It's not necessarily the returning characters, because Spike does fuck all in this movie. He mostly just looks scared
whimper and looks
for the most part. He really does fuck all, right? We don't see Aaron Taylor Johnson at all because that's extra money. Doesn't matter at this point, right?
Goop at the beginning of the movie.
I genuinely thought that.
Yeah,
I thought it was him. I thought it was him for a second. I did think it was him for a second. Then he turned him around. And I was like, oh wait, no, they wouldn't kill Aaron Taylor Johnson. But
I don't know.
I do feel like. Yeah.
I just think
okay. You go.
Me about is that I know what a good and a smart writer Alex Garland is, and I love his work, and the fact that he was like the religious motifs that he was playing with, and that imagery and all that stuff is really cool, and the Satanism and in Jimmy and his childhood trauma and all that shit, and how that him being the son of a priest, right, who wasn't supposed to have him, and them living in the all that shit, that's cool. That's really interesting to me. That, and then his obsession with Satan, and Kelson playing the devil, and I get that's all really cool, but then it's shit Kelson just knew that Spike was the guy behind the fucking mask somehow. He just thought that was him, and guess what? I'm just gonna get killed for no reason because you've suffered enough, Spike.
Yeah,
God forbid niggas suspend their belief.
God forbid
for 5
a man want to save a child. That doesn't make sense.
God forbid. He saw it. Look. Granted, I will say
Wouldn't
I will
he
say
do more
Dr.
good
Kelson could have looked at that
curing more of
guy.
these fucking zombies and letting them go on their way as opposed to letting them kill you?
Look,
And then you have no
look.
guarantee
Okay,
that Spike was gonna get out by confronting Jimmy and changing your plan on him last minute.
Okay.
But
I will
whatever.
say there are some holes. But
In his plan,
think
yeah.
of it like this, right? As opposed to how this movie frames itself as being like a Dr. Kelson story, which also him dancing with Samson, I gotta say, was fun. It brought a little smile to my face.
Yeah, I like that.
Or when he was like playing the music, I was just thinking, I was like, nah, that's me and the homie, bro. That's me and the homie. I'm like, hey, bro, check this out. This right here. This is Burna Boy. This is good. All right. And he's just kind of vibing, right? It's just them getting high on opiates, like two fucking 1800s guys in the middle of Shanghai. It's fun, right? I thought that was good, right? But I will say, if you think of this movie less as like a Spike story or a Kelson story, and you think of it more as a Jimmy tale, I feel like it works a lot better, right?
Disagree.
Especially when Jimmy dies at the end. I think I have never felt that much satisfaction in a while, at least from a January released movie of a villain death. I did really like how he's the son of a preacher man, falls down this dark, decrepit path of Satanism, because as opposed to Spike, who took the grief that he was feeling from his mom dying, right, and having to find his place in the world and tried to make something of himself, tried to not let it define him. Jimmy was like, I'm not gonna let it define me either, but I'm just gonna do it in the worst way possible, right? He makes this whole lore of scripture, gives himself this grandiose importance. I mean, even his name is just a grammatic anomaly because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like Sir Lord Jimmy, Lord is higher than Sir. That would take precedent in the title. He's literally just talking out of his ass to elevate himself to this level because it's the only sense of control. Granted, yes, he was a child, right? But he's like a horrible version of Star Lord. Of an
He's
emotionally
got
stunted man
stunted
child, right?
emotional development. I understand that.
Right. And I understand that, right? But I feel like the ending of him being crucified and his last words being like, "Father, why have you forsaken me?" With that little Christ allegory, but him more so talking
Corny
to
as
like
fuck.
almost no one because it seems like he truly doesn't believe in anything. I felt like that was poignant. I
No, but
felt like it
he
worked.
does.
It
He's
hit
not
me.
talking to anybody. He thinks he sees the devil. He thinks Samson is is the
Exactly.
devil because of the whatever the fuck Kelson blew in their fucking faces is making him
Exactly.
hallucinate.
Now,
So he does think he
and
does
when
think he's
yeah.
so mentally ill that he really does think Satan is his father. He really does think that Satan has come and taken Kelson, and he really does think that he has forsaken him. So ultimately, in
Right.
the end, he does everything that he believes is still true to him. He has not changed or learned or grown. Like you're saying, this movie works a lot better if it is a Jimmy story. All the Jimmy stuff worked. I thought that was the best part of the movie was the Jimmy
Jack
stuff.
O'Connell's eating it.
Jack O'Connell was incredible in this. I thought he was awesome. He knew exactly. I thought he was so great. The rest of the non Jimmy stuff is what did not work, which is what we got a lot of, and it was just so frustrating because it felt like Kelson in the first movie served a purpose, right? He was there to aid these characters along in their journey, right? And you still didn't know an awful lot about him. He's kind of mysterious, so you're just like, oh, that guy's interesting. I don't know what it is. And in this one, it just feels like he's just there to tell you everything you need to know for the franchise moving forward, so that when the third one comes along, you're like, I get it. Oh, okay,
You're caught up.
I know why there's a cure, and I know why these zombies all of a sudden can talk and feel and think stuff is because Dr. Kelson cured Samson, and it's just I don't know, man. I don't know why
I will say
I'm rubbing
this
against it
movie,
so hard, but it just frustrated me.
it's very come to think of it, upon further consideration, I do want to bump my rating down just a little bit. I think this is also 4.5. I'm gonna bump it down to 4.5 because I will say, look, it is a great film. I will stand by that. I do think that it deserves its flowers. However, it does, to a degree, feel very much we'll be right back after these messages. It feels much more
Yes.
like an intermission. It does feel like a lot of setup and a lot of exposition. And while you have other intermediate films like I hate to be a cartoon brainer, right? But look at Beyond or Across the Spider-Verse, right? Sets up a lot, right? Gives you a whole lot of exposition, but there's still progression. There's character growth. You feel like stuff's happening. So that way when the credits roll, it doesn't feel ham-fisted when it's like the adventure's going to continue. Are you ready? Right? And I will say, as much as I was glad to see Cillian Murphy again, I did roll my eyes a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I rolled my eyes just a little bit. I did. It felt like Cillian Murphy will return. 28 Avengers Doom.
I disagree.
I liked it. I
think it was good that Killian was in there because, first of all, I predicted this. I say he's going to come back for this.
It was a good piece of connective tissue.
Why the fuck is he back? Didn't he get evacuated?
Yeah, but
the second, what, very well, at the end of the first one.
Yeah,
is that confirmed?
They get found.
Yeah, but we don't know what happens after that.
Yeah, they get found, and then he went back to the fucking UK.
Well, they get found, but we don't know by who.
Yeah, and also, bro, think about it. Left 4 Dead is exactly the same as this. Think of how many times those motherfuckers get found and then have to crash a helicopter and then found and get it again, bro. Exactly. It's a zombie movie. That's how it works. You get safe, and then you're unsafe. It's back and forth. It's the way the genre works, right? It's a constant. And I felt like it wasn't necessarily like overwhelmingly negative for me when I saw him show up because it was a nice piece of connective tissue. But I did also be like, oh, I mean, fine. I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, cool. The only thing that I really do mainly regret about this movie is the fact that now that Kelson's gone, we might never see the Bone Temple pillars again, and that really pisses me off because they're so goddamn cool. They're so goddamn cool, man. I can't stress that enough. They're so fucking awesome.
Shout out production design, man.
On God. Absolutely. Shout out to production design. Also, speaking of people who worked on this movie, I'm going to mispronounce this horribly, but Hildur Guðnadóttir, the Icelandic musician and composer who does the score for this. So good.
Why, Luis?
So good.
Why?
What score? It was on Needle Drops.
Oh my God.
What fucking score was on Needle Drops, brother? We get it. You guys have a music budget. Yeah, we could tell.
Shut the fuck up!
It wasn't all Needle Drops. There was something
mostly all Needle Drops. Whatever.
It's like just wants to hate.
I don't want to hate. I wanted to like this movie, and it was gravely disappointing. I think that's perfectly fair, bro.
It's a little bit. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I did.
What'd you say?
I said it was fucking cool, and I like the Samson stuff. I mean, you're just being negative for no reason.
I love the Samson stuff.
Can we talk about the
Samson stuff? Go to a fucking Stars game one time.
Actually, yeah, let's break down the Samson stuff.
Oh, I'm Republican now?
So, damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I will say, all right, let's break down the Samson stuff. So Samson is played by Shai Lewis Perry. He plays Samson,
the negative dude, the largest Running Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
I knew you looked familiar.
And I will say, as a character with just like no lines and a series of like grunts go, I thought he was doing some pretty good physical acting of just like that light behind his eyes kind of coming back. I thought it was really doing well with the very little he had to work with. He was making the most out of it. I thought he was not necessarily chewing every scene that he was in, but he was doing really well. Right. I felt like him and Jack O'Connell, I think, are the two strongest weights of this movie. Which sucks to say because I love Ralph Fiennes, but once again, like I think past like him being like
I don't want to hear it.
He's incredible, but like I feel like he gets outmatched up until like near towards the end. Because once again, that physical work where he impersonates the devil is just so good. Right. But he does so much. Shai does like such great physicality but also like a hidden tenderness behind the eyes for Samson that I think is really good. Like, for instance, that scene where they're just both sitting down there and he says his first word, like he's right about to inject the deadly amount of morphine into him, basically make him OD and have a heart attack and die. Right, give him like a euthanasia, essentially. Right, Dr. Kelson is about to do it to Samson, and Samson says "moon," And I will say, it may make me sheeple. I may sound like NPC behavior, but my jaw genuinely dropped. I was like, they can talk, they can do what? They can
Come
what?
on, bro. Come on, bro.
No,
You couldn't
because look,
tell
this
by the
franchise has been going on for like 10
wow, is
years,
you're
and they've
feeling
been
what the
screaming
movie
fucking
wants you to
No,
feel?
stop.
You'd have
on
done
I
God,
that.
don't fucking
on
no.
God,
Stop.
God forbid I
Stop.
have
You could,
emotions.
Az, shut the fuck up. Don't be like, oh, I'm sheeple because it's my jaw dropped. You couldn't tell by the fact that he was like, if only there was some way you could give your consent. You couldn't. You that didn't set off red flags. Be like, oh, he's gonna fucking talk. That didn't give. You thought that didn't give it away. And then you're like, oh, damn,
Listen,
he talked.
listen.
It's not like everything leading up to this moment was indicative of the fact that he was going to say some bullshit.
Listen. Maybe there was a neon sign pointing to it, but the lights on that sign weren't very bright, okay? And neither am I. So maybe I didn't see the signs, all right? Maybe I didn't.
What do y'all feel?
But
How do y'all feel
because
about
I
the
didn't,
cure?
it
The
hit.
cure stuff.
The Cure.
I think it's interesting.
You think it's interesting?
I think it's interesting.
It feels. I just feel like in a society this takes place in like 2025 or 2026, right? Like the world's kind of moved on from the whole rage virus situation. They've quarantined it clearly. Like we saw in the first one, the French sent that boat with the Swedes full of people to go inspect the island or like to patrol it, and then they washed up on shore. Then they're just full on persona non grata. Like they're just excommunicated immediately. They're just like, you're dead. You're on the island. You're fucked. We can't risk exposure, right? So I feel like in a world that has that much of an understanding of the danger of the rage virus and this many protocols in place, it feels odd that no one even like thought to
You think
think
it's
of that.
weird? No, you think it's weird that in a world where they instead of trying to
You
help
just
anyone,
explained it earlier.
they literally shut off the fucking islands. No one can go in. Anyone who tries to help is like they can't leave. Of course, no one's fucking studying.
Right.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, that wasn't my issue with it. I just
Then
think
what it is?
I don't know.
You're like, oh no, you're like, oh, no one's thought of it. No, motherfucker, all the
I didn't
doctors
say
are dead
that.
but
I didn't
him.
say no one's thought of it.
No.
Then what's
That
the
was
issue?
me. That was me.
I'm
That was
saying-
me. I was more so on the point of like society collapsed in London like enough, but not too much, right? And so we see in because I think 28 weeks later is still canon to this series to
No,
some
it's not.
facet, right? Not the Paris
It's
ending.
not.
If
It's
it
not.
is, the ending
White.
isn't.
I think
The ending
28
isn't
weeks
where they're
later
running
is
in
like
Paris. It's gone
yeah. I think 28 weeks
because
later
they
just
do
ignore.
reference.
Well, because in
Entirely?
28
do
weeks later,
reference it to
it's spread to different parts of Europe.
right. But they scrapped that
But that's
part,
it.
right? That everything is canon except for that, right? So it seems like there was like military people and scientists and people studying it to some facet, right? They got some semblance of control and order up until everything went to pot once again. But like y'all niggas ain't got Google Drive, like you couldn't share
No. I
notes.
mean,
Like
I
I
get
just
no.
I don't
I
know.
understand. I understand why nobody did anything. I mean, that's not. I'm not complaining about the fact that why didn't they think of a cure before? I understand the logistics of they can't. They don't have resources. It's fine. It's just the fact that it's like, oh, so okay, so you can cure the rage virus, but okay, so antipsychotics are not. That's not a cure for your psychiatric
He didn't say
issues.
that he could be cured. He
He
said
did. He cured
It
him.
treats it.
Okay,
yes,
so
but even
no,
if
it treats it.
he's cured for a time, he's probably gonna go back because Kelsing's fucking dead.
that's what I'm saying. So okay, so
Yeah.
he just treated it for a little. It's gonna run out, and then what? Kelson's dead. So what was the point of that?
That must be what the
did
third movie's
also
about,
find
you
it.
think?
I also did find it a little bit odd because I was thinking like
But Kelson's the only one who
if
knows
immense
this.
amounts. If it, I don't know if maybe it's just not shown, but I found it odd that like opiates or like sedatives are highly still like effective on this to give them enough like lucidity, like to calm them down. Because I think what the virus does is he said it accelerates what was it like just hormones in general of like fight or flight. Basically, like it increases like your adrenaline, the coursing through your body, puts you in like a permanent state of like panic and fear and rage. So you just lash out, right? It causes unchecked cellular growth and all this stuff. But I felt like they did a lot of work fleshing out the virus or at least expanding more upon like the psychosomatic symptoms of it. But I feel like at the same time they didn't do enough. I feel like I know you need to leave stuff for the third one, but like,
do you?
And also,
give
do
me
you
more.
need to
Give me
really
more.
explain everything? He needs to
No.
tell you
Not everything,
like exactly how
but
the science
they
works
explained enough
doesn't
to
matter.
where like I feel like I need more, essentially. But maybe we'll get more answers in the third one. Maybe we'll get more of a breakdown. But I am intrigued. There's questions that this has raised, and also it's made me feel for like a lot of the infected in this franchise that just get gunned the fuck down. I will say it's humanized the infected in some facet. I do feel incredibly sorry for them. Even in the first one, there's small twinges of like humanity in the infected. For instance, that pregnant one that's on the train, right?
Yes.
She has that maternal instinct of wanting her baby to survive, which I want to know what the fuck's going on with that baby, because what's that about? What the hell is going on there? But I don't know.
Did you like the
There's
Samson
interesting
stuff, Matt?
questions raised, not a lot of answers.
The cure
It's
shit?
interesting.
I mean, it was inevitable in a story like this. You know, zombie movies are always trying to find a way to cure the problem. So I just wonder what happened. Like, are they gonna start giving the zombies perks from JD Vance's mom's stash, or like what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
JD
I wonder
Vance
what
cures the rage virus.
what mixture of
They bring
drugs
RFK in and he
did
starts biting the zombies.
Yeah, he's gonna give them
An
syphilis.
RFK bite cures the rage virus.
I'm gonna cure the infected. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cure them all.
He turned into Pickle Rick, bro. I turned myself into a Pickle Morty. I'm Pickle Rick.
I don't know, man.
I mean, Derek
I don't know why. I don't know why I was so down on this movie. I don't know. I wanted it to be really good. And I was
you tripping?
maybe.
It leaves a little bit to be desired, but looking at it as like more, the second one's usually never the best unless it's like Empire Strikes Back, and in which case, like, yeah, like come on, it's good. But like
if the third one is really good, I'm gonna be pissed.
Who's on the third one? Do we know? Because is the third one being shot back to back the same way that Danny Boyle's back for that one? Okay, so is it being shot still back to back? Like
no, I don't
the
think so.
first and second. Okay, so there is going to be that time jump. Okay. Now, I did remember that when we were talking about our hype for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, that I said usually whenever you have a change in hands of management between directors in a film series, there's that small bit of disconnect, right? Even if you still have the same writer, it's that director and that creative vision that kind of just gets a little bit flipped on its head, right? And critically, this is doing very well, right? 93% Rotten Tomatoes, 7.8 on IMDb. You know, it's being celebrated across the board. A lot of people are really enjoying it. And I mean, we're only about 2 days time of recording into its release, so like anything could change at any point in time, right? But is there an extreme disconnect between what DaCosta's put out versus what Boyle put out in the first one? I wouldn't say extreme. No. Is there enough to where you can kind of be like, different strokes for different folks? I 1000% would say that. It's not a drop in quality, but it is very different. It's very jarring. So whether or not you appreciate those differences is entirely up to you.
Yeah,
I
I
thought those
think
differences were more of a bit of a pro than a con, but still I did find the energy of the first one much more consistent. Also, it's just the very frenetic way that all of the action is shot with that staggered frame rate. Oh, beautiful, amazing, good shit right there.
I think it's just a
But it
preference
just,
thing. That's why I like the
yeah.
first one, the original, the first one, better than I like the second one. I don't know. I just think it's I don't know, a taste thing. I don't know, man. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. 26 is off to a fucking is not off to a great start from a movie quality.
It's off to a pretty okay one.
I'd say bullshit. It's off to an okay start. I don't think it's a bad start. I don't think it's a great start.
I think it's off to a great start,
especially for Dumpuary.
I don't watch
this is pretty high caliber.
I was gonna say, I think
think of all the stuff we've had.
Dropped it in January. but
because that's when it was ready. Stop being negative.
Not. I don't even think that's the reason why. But it's also like you want to do it quick enough to where. Well, no, but you want to do it to where it's still fresh enough, and also like the summer.
Think about what's coming out in July too. The Odyssey,
alive in the summer, exactly.
Brand New Day.
So they're scared.
They gotta compete with Marvel. They're not competing with Marvel, dude. When does Supergirl come out? Doesn't Supergirl come out during the summer?
There's a bunch of shit coming out.
Yeah. Like think about it, bro. Like you could be really, really good at basketball, but if you have to go against LeBron James, you're gonna get shit on. It's the same thing with this. This is really good, but it's got to go against mass appeal Marvel. This is also a rated R. This is also a rated R horror thing, something that usually is not for quadrant appeal.
I could take LeBron. I take him in a 1-on-1, bro. Him and Michael Jordan at the same time.
They double team.
I don't think we're talking about basketball anymore.
And I could take.
I don't think we're talking about basketball anymore.
I could take both of them at the same damn time.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Anyways, go watch Bone Temple.
It's good. Luis is
drop your ratings in the comments.
It's fine. It's mid.
I don't know why he's being moody.
I will be updating my letterbox and giving this the 4.5. I think it rightfully deserves. Maybe I'll need a second viewing to bump that back up to the 5 I originally gave it.
And I'm rewatching.
But we'll see. We'll see. And speaking of things that people will see, you'll see the outro of this episode in a few minutes after we thank you for watching this fantastic episode of Cinestro Core. Listening to us, tolerating us. Honestly, we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts to the little pit in our tummies. We appreciate you and we love every single one of you. And speaking of people that we love, go ahead and show some love to our homies over at Backstage XP. Yes, I did it right. Okay, thank God. The little tagline wasn't at the bottom. I hope I didn't pull up Matt. All right, but the Backstage experience is basically us, but more gooder. They have much more funding. They get all your behind-the-scenes goodies, all the interviews with the actors and actresses you love from across Hollywood, directors, writers. If you want to know something going on within entertainment, they got the info for you. And speaking of people that have things for you, I got something for you. I got something good for you. Over at youtube.com/TariSingo, baby. Let me tell you something, all right? I make YouTube videos, okay? Allegedly. I'm an alleged YouTuber, and let me tell you something. This Akira video is kicking my ass.
You do be YouTubing.
I'm working on this Akira video, and it's fucking kicking my ass. So I'm probably gonna put out like little short bits of like stupid abridged things that I want to put out in the meantime. But I do a lot of content out there. I do film reviews sometimes. I'll do show reviews. I'll break down comics. Comics is a real big part of what I do. So if you ever got tested for autism or somebody thinks you're autistic, my channel's the channel for you.
If you like Tylenol,
yes. If you are a victim of Tylenol, come on down. This is the support group. And speaking of groups of support, come on down to twitch.tv/TariSingo. Now, I still do not have good internet. So this is basically a null and void advertisement because I haven't been able to stream in like 3 months and it's causing me pain. But when I bring streams back, we're going to be playing some more games, specifically fighting games. We will also be on Marvel Rivals, me and the gang, and we were going to see what Deadpool's all about. I haven't played the Deadpool season yet, but Steam just sent me a notification. My game just finished updating, so we're going to see what that's about in a minute. But I'm very excited to get some new games going, get some new little people over there. So in the meantime, follow, and eventually there will be content. And speaking of content, Matt, would you happen to know a place where, like, if people wanted to, like, legally stalk us, where they could go?
Thank you for asking. We do have our own social medias at Cinestro Corp, no S. For whatever reason, I guess we just left that S in 2025, so we got to craft a new one. If we can, tell you what, if y'all can get us to 200 subscribers, I'm gonna talk to the people about adding that S onto the social
I'm gonna
media.
see what I can do.
I'll see what I can do. We'll make some shape.
Mm-hmm.
But until that time, get us to 200 subscribers here on YouTube. Share it with your friends and family. We're trying to grow this channel big in 2026. So many cool things coming out this year, and we will love that y'all are along for the ride. So until next time, guys, thank you so much. We love y'all. Keep tuning in, and we will see you at the movies.
We're the kings of the spring, yeah. Cinestro core, we're the dream, yeah. New episode Saturday afternoon. We in your ear, that comic book crew. More good it takes what we do. Cinestro core, we're the crew.